The biggest thing I see people get in trouble with when the first thing they get in trouble with the car, right? They go straight to the dealership. Why would you go straight to the dealership? All right, that's because that's what kind of what we've been taught, right? You need a new car, you go down to the dealership shops your credit report out to different lenders, and these lenders they're fighting for whichever rate, right? But I'm gonna talk about this a little bit more, okay? You think you're shopping for the best rate, but the dealership's actually trying to find the best rate and best deal for themselves, right? They really don't really have us in mind unless you know the dealership owner or the manager or anything like that. But other than that, man, they're trying to find a deal for themselves. So when they're shopping out your credit report, shopping out all your information, trying to get these loans, they're trying to see what's going to be the best deal for them. All right, so you need to get pre-approved by your bank, or even better, by a credit union. Okay, you want to get pre-approved by a bank, or better yet, a credit union. Okay, this is a lot better because the credit union or bank, they're only going to pull your credit one time. Okay, you're only going to get one hard inquiry, right? So usually what happens is we go to the dealership, they send your report out to 20 different lenders, you get 20 hard inquiries, and then sometimes you don't even end up getting a car, right? Happens all the time, you guys. Happens all the time. So the first thing you need to do if you're going to get a car, go ahead and just use that bank that you're already with, or join a credit union. How do you find a credit union? You just type in Google local credit union near me. All right, it's that easy. Okay. Once you get that pre-approval from the bank or the credit union, this gives you negotiating power and lets you avoid being payment trapped, right? So you know how it just feels so much better when you go into the dealership with that cashier's check or that approval already from your bank in your back pocket, right? So you go on there, you know how these salesmen are, get this car, drive this car, blah, blah, blah. It just feels so much better when you got that pre approval or check in your back pocket. All right, it just feels so much better. So, step one, okay, avoid the dealership when you're trying to get a loan. Credit union or your bank that you're already with is going to help later down the road with your negotiating power, and the interest rates are usually a lot better too. You're going to bring that pre-approval letter with you. All right. And look, here's another trick too. So this what I didn't do. When I first started doing this, when I first started teaching people this, I skipped this step. You don't want to just show up, okay? Show up to the dealership swinging around your pre-approval or your cashier's check, okay? You want the dealership, you want that salesman to think that you're actually going to use, okay, that you're actually going to use their financing, okay? Because that's when they hit you with all the good rebates, all the good deals, right? Oh, we're going to take 10,000 off, not 10,000. They're going to take 5,000 off the sticker price, right? Because they think that you're going to be using their lending, and when you use their lenders, they get a piece of that. All right, they get a piece of that right off the top. Okay, so that's a huge one right there. All right, so don't go swinging around your approval letter and your cashier's check. Okay, keep that in your back pocket. Let them talk. Let them say, hey, oh, since we have this car on the lot for 150 days, we're going to subtract 2,000 for you. We're going to give you a $3,000 rebate if it's a vehicle. Even better, right? You can probably get some more rebates for that. Okay, don't go to the dealership to get your loan, right? You only want to get it from a credit union or the bank that you're already with. You only get one hard inquiry, usually better rates, usually a higher amount that you would have got from the dealership anyway. Just less hassle, okay? Less hassle and all that good stuff. All right. The second part of this, so getting that pre-approval, that was part one. All right. Part two is know your credit score first, okay? Do not be like me. All right. I thought my Credit Karma score was the score that lenders and dealerships use. They don't. They don't use Vantage scores. Okay. They don't use Vantage scores. So you want to have your credit report and score already ready to go. Okay. Experian, my FICO. Okay. My Score IQ. All right. If you guys want to see all your FICO scores for only $1, all right, you can shoot me a text at 844-689-0199. Or wherever you're watching at, just DM me the word FICO and my team will send that over to you. All right. Okay. Get your FICO score so you can already know, okay, what you're getting into before you actually even go to the bank. Or if you want to skip the bank, you can still go to the dealership, but at least you have your credit scores. All right. You're going to look at all your errors before applying for a car loan. Look, if you have a recent late payment, 2 collections, and a bankruptcy, all right, on your credit report, you don't need to be getting a car. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. I hate to burst your bubble. All right. You can get you a car cash, right? A little something cash, 3, 4, 5, 6K, just to get you around till you get your credit back up. I say that because you don't want to go in there and get your feelings hurt. All right. And they will hurt your feelings. Okay. So if you got negatives, charge-offs, a whole bunch of late payments, collections, bankruptcies, evictions, child support, whatever it is on your credit report, okay, a whole bunch of negative stuff on there, you don't want to go to the dealership or to the bank. You don't want to be applying for anything because you're not going to get approved. All right. It's as simple as that. All right. Remember, you're approved based on your profile, not your score. That confuses a lot of people. All right. You're approved based on your profile, not your score. All right. You need to understand that auto lenders use a different version of FICO. They use a FICO auto score. Now, there's different FICO auto scores, but pretty much the difference between just a regular FICO 8, right, and a FICO auto score, one of the FICO auto scores is they're pretty much taking all 3, right? They're taking your Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, right? And they're doing the average or the middle score. All right, so I'm just trying to keep it real simple for you. So let's just say it's you got a 750, a 700, and a 650, right? That FICO auto score is going to be that 700, right? That middle score. Okay. That's an easy way of doing it. It's a little more technical than that, of course, but I'm just trying to break it down for you so you can understand it real easy. Okay. So you want to make sure you have your credit report with your actual credit scores that they're actually going to use. All right. And here's a little bonus. Okay. Here's a little bonus. You can call, right? This is if you're still ignoring my tips on going to the credit union or to your bank. Okay. Or actually, if you're going to your credit union or bank, you can still call them and ask them, hey, who do you guys pull from? Right? Which credit reporting agency do you guys pull from? One might pull from Equifax. Let's say your Equifax score is jumping, right? Or is really, really good. Okay. You got a 780 on your Equifax. You're like, oh, you pull from Equifax? Great. You're going to get a great rate, a good limit, all that good stuff, right? But if they say, hey, we pull from TransUnion, your TransUnion's a 612, right? We might want to find another lender that's going to pull from Experian or that Equifax, right? That shows, that good score with that good profile. You can call up there and see who they pull from, which credit reporting agency they pull from, and what scoring model they're going to use. Okay.